Hello and welcome to Coaching School, helping you beat the sports books. I'm your host, Tommy School. Just want to go over real quick with you my process that I used to have to follow to make my sports bet wagers. So here's the worksheet that I used to follow. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. All right, so I used to go to different websites. So I'd have the date, start time, and then the pick, which it was supposed to be. And then I'd go to a site called BetQL. Um, then I would go to another site called Action Sports Network, and I'd be looking for what the Sharps are doing, what the big money is doing. Then I go to the Vegas Insider and see what was going on there. And then I would go into another site called Covers, and I would look at the head to head, and I would rate each one of these based off of their points. Like if there was certain points, like 10% here, they got it. If it was a 5 star, they got it. Action Sports Network, it was I think it was 25%. Sharp Money 25%. Oh, I can't remember. It's been so long. Anyway, let's just say that this is how it used to work, and then I would add these up. So I'd be like 1 2 3 4 5 5 stars. It's a 5 star bet, and then I would do that for every single pick. So by taking the time to do that with every single pick, I then had, as you can see here, a process to follow on how the head-to-head works, and first 5 innings, all plays have to be this, that. A lot of information that I would have to cipher through on my own, and it would take me hours on end, starting at probably 4 to 5 hours a day that I would spend on putting together my picks and hoping to get some um, 5, 6 star picks, that type of stuff. Anything above 4 star was something that I was looking at placing back in the day. So by doing that, what I had done, here's BetQL, here's the Vegas Insider, Action Network, Covers. Okay. And then also what I would do during baseball season is I would look to see who the home plate umpire was, and I would factor that into an over under decision as well. And just tons and tons of information that I was constantly ciphering through, which really started to take up a lot of my time. So what I started to do is figuring out a way to utilize my time a lot better, and that's where oddsjam came into play. Now, every one of those books has a subscription fee except for Covers. So BetQL is $49.99 a month. Vegas Insider, Action Network, essentially $124 a month is what I was spending to gather the information to educate myself to make the best picks. Now that's what your professional sports bettors are doing, is they are spending a ton of time in information gathering and finding their best picks. Okay. OddsJam is $82.92 a month, a total of $995 a year. That's what I pay. And the reason I bring that up to you is here in a second is I'm going to show you how quickly I can make a sports bet utilizing OddsJam versus going through gathering all the information. Especially now, you have hockey started, you have Major League Baseball playoffs, you have NFL, you have college football, and every single thing that you could bet on, from player props to first inning run lines to total bases, shots on goal, over unders, money line, point line, all those different types of things take a ton of time to be able to cipher through them all. And I was about saving money. So what I was able to do is I was looking at the subscription cost that I was paying at $124, and then OddsJam at $83 a month, saving about $42 a month utilizing OddsJam. And when it comes down to it, it's about making money, and that's exactly what I have been able to do. And let me show you how quickly I can make a sports pick. So here are all the picks that I made for October the 11th. You can see them right here, October 11th. Plus, I could see future picks as well. So there's the 12th, 14th, many picks that I made going out into the future so that I get the best lines I possibly can. And that's something that oddsjam is extremely good at, and helping me make the best bets. So let me show you how quickly I could look at this. So Miko Ranton is on Bet Rivers at minus 115 for 3.5 shots. Now, all I'm looking for is value. So the value I'm getting here, as you can see, he's at minus 115. The best sports book in sports handicapping is Pinnacle. They're at 129. The average is 134. And if I were to want to make this bet, which I'm not going to because it doesn't meet my minimums, but if I was, I would go into my other screen on the other side, go into my Bet Rivers account, find the Avalanche game, go down to player props, and submit my bet for Miko Ranton under 3.5 shots. Now, what those other thing didn't do is I used to have to track my bets to keep track of everything. Here, all I do is I click the blue button, I click save and hide the bet, and then that goes away, and I have exactly what I'm looking for as far as my bets. Now, if you're about saving time and you're about making money, the answer is right here. BetQL, or not BetQL, QR code right there that you want to hit that'll take you to oddsjam. Here's the kicker. If you start your 7-day free trial and you reach out to me on my social media channels that are streaming down there at the bottom, I will personally coach you during your 7-day free trial. And if you don't find the value of it, don't subscribe past that. If you do find the value, you now know that you only have to make $82 a month more in your sports wagering versus $149 a month just to break even on what you've made for your subscription prices. Nobody out there is doing this without some sort of subscription that helps them gather information. Well, that's what oddsjam does for you. It gathers all the information, it finds the best odds, and then it helps you place positive expected value bets. That's what it's all takes. And again, 20 minutes a day, I was able to make $20,000. And I'm going to show you my little worksheet that I kept track of everything so that you could see just how successful this has been for me. So since I started my system and really tracking it at the highest levels in March, I've made 3,016 bets. I win percentage of 57.79%, and I am up $15,000 since March. Now I say 20,000 to 20K is because when you come back and you look at my oddsjam dashboard here, my overall bets that I have made, and this is them doing it, is $22,000 since I started utilizing oddsjam. So that's why I could say 20 minutes a day to 20K. And I am going to be here to support you and help you make the money that you want to make in sports wagering. Because if you just want to be a gambler and you want to put money on a game and sweat it out and cheer for the game and all that sort of stuff, that's not what this is about. This is about making money in sports betting, utilizing positive expected value and a lot of data that is gathered for you, put into a simple single location where you then take that information, place it into your book, hit submit there, and then track it so that you can see where your successes are and that type of stuff. I've staked over $500,000. I got $6,000 in pending bets. My total profit since I started this is $22,000. And you could see when I first started down here, or you can't see it, I'm not showing you. Let me go back to it. So $22,000, $509,000, $6,000, almost $7,000 in pending bets. But as you can see down here, when I first started this, I didn't have a system in place and I could not figure it out. It wasn't until I had a huge loss and I got to talking to a couple of their counselors that I started to develop my own system. I started tracking that system, and in March of this year, I stuck to it 100%. Like I did not waver one bit and try to catch the long chase or talk myself in or out of that bet. I just went after it and I followed it. And that's when I started to see consistent growth month over month. And as you can see, 20 minutes to 20K. I spend about 20 minutes a day and I made $22,000 playing this. But really, since March is when I've really exceeded and taken off in my success, as you can see in this here tracker. Um, anyway, my name is Tommy School with Coaching School, oddsjam.com. Follow the link that I'll put in the notes. That there will get you a 7-day free trial. You then message me on any of the social media that's scrolling down there at the bottom, and I will personally coach you through Zoom calls so that you can see a screen, you can have yours up, we can walk through it, and I can make sure that you are figuring out the best way to make it work for you and you're making some money. And that's what it's all about. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you. This is Tommy School signing out, coaching you all the way to success. 20 minutes a day, 20K.